welcome to Tal Tutorials. Today we will be doing the second part of the ICC Class 9 chapter, that is measurement and experimentation. So basically, what are the things we will be doing here? See, before going into the topic, I'll tell you the measurement of physical quantities such as length, mass always require an instrument. For example, a meter rule, vernier caliper. So first thing, what is least count? Least count of any instrument is the smallest measurement that can be taken accurately with it. For an example, if an ammeter has 5 divisions between the mark 0 and 1 ampere, then its least count is 1 divided by 5, that is 0.2 A. Or it can measure current up to value of 0.2 accurately. That is the least amount that it could measure. In this PPT, we will be basically doing two things, that is vernier caliper and screw gauge. I have observed in the last papers that vernier caliper and screw gauge usually comes in the numericals. So just let us go into vernier caliper. What is vernier caliper? Vernier caliper is an instrument which is used to measure the inner and outer breadth of rods, thickness of any sorts of object accurately. The vernier caliper can also be utilized to measure the deepness of holes, an object which can be too hard to do with any other scale. See, here is the diagram of vernier caliper. You can see in the diagram there is inside jaw, there is main scale, there is a vernier scale, there is outside jaw and a strip. So basically, what are their function? Main scale function, it is used to measure length correct up to 1 millimeter. Vernier scale, it helps us to measure length correct up to 0.1 millimeter. So vernier scale is helping us, because in normal scale we can only measure to 1 millimeter, but in vernier scale we can measure up to 0.1 millimeter. There is an outside jaw which helps us to measure the length of the rod, diameter, matlab round thing we can measure. Inside jaw, it is the cylinder, hollow cylinder internal diameter can be measured by internal jaw. And what is the use of strip? It helps us to measure the depth of beaker or a bottle. So this is a very important part, how I have explained how least count of vernier caliper can be found. See, as I have told that of any instrument, the smallest count is least count. Least count of vernier caliper is equal to the difference between value of main scale and vernier scale. Let n division of vernier caliper be length equal to of n minus 1 division of the main scale, and the value of one main scale division be x. This is, we are just supposing. Then value of n division on vernier will be n minus 1 into x, and alternately value of 1 division of vernier will be n, as I told, into x divided by n, because we are talking about one division now. If n division multiply by x, if 1 division divide by n. Hence, least count is x minus n minus x divided by n, that is x divided by n again. So here we can find least count is equal to value of one main scale division by total division of vernier caliper. So basically, this whole thing I have explained only one thing, that is least count is equal to value of one main scale division divided by total number of vernier caliper. So one main scale division value is 1 millimeter, and in vernier caliper you will see that there are 10 divisions. So therefore least count is equal to 1 by 10, that is 0.1 millimeter or 0.001 centimeter. Now this is something about zero mark or zero error also it is known as. Due to some mechanical error, a mechanical issue, sometimes the zero mark on the vernier scale does not match with the zero mark on the main scale. It should match like this. If it is not matching, this means they are having zero error. It is determined by measuring the distance between the zero mark of the main scale and the zero mark of the vernier scale. So there are two types of zero error. First is positive zero error, second is negative zero error. What is positive zero error? On bringing the two jaws together, if the zero mark of the vernier scale is on the right side of the main scale, the error is said to be positive. And negative is just the vice versa, the zero mark of the vernier scale is on the left of the zero mark of the main scale. Then that error is a negative error. So whenever we are doing numericals, at last we need to minus by the zero error with sign. To get the correction measurement with vernier caliper having the zero error with its proper sign is always subtracted from the observed reading. As I have shown in the formula, correct reading is equal to whatever reading we have minus zero error with its sign, negative or positive. This thing all you will be getting clearer when we do numericals in the next part, next PPT. Now we'll come to the next slide, that is screw gauge. Before understanding screw gauge, what is pitch? Pitch of the screw gauge is the distance moved by the screw along its axis in one complete rotation. You can see the diagram in the book about the screw gauge, or in the next slide I will show you just now. So what is least count? Least count is against the lowest division, and least count of screw gauge is a distance moved by in rotating the circular scale by one division. Thus, the least count is pitch of the screw gauge by total number of division. Usually it has 100 division. It can be 50 division also. But now we are supposing at 100 division. So least count is equal to pitch, that is 1 millimeter, and total number of division on the circular scale, that is 100 I am taking. So 1 millimeter by 100, that is 0.001 millimeter or 0.001 centimeter. Do not be confused. For vernier caliper that is 0.01, and for screw gauge 0.001 centimeter. Now we'll discuss the screw gauge and parts. As I promised you, I'll show you the screw gauge in the next PPT. The next slide, here is the diagram of a screw gauge. We will see studs, spindles, screw nut, main scale, circular reading. Though circular reading is a very important part when we're doing the numericals. See, what are the main part? Ratchet. It advances the screw by turning it until the object is held. And this is my personal experience, when it's held, it just to tick type of noise. Sleeve. It marks the main scale and baseline. Thimble, it marks the circular scale. Main scale, it helps to read the length correct up to 1 millimeter, because that is only least count, and circular scale can be measured. We can accurately measure up to 0.01 millimeter or 0.001 centimeter, because that is the least count of the circular scale. Now next, I think it's a very familiar topic, that is a simple pendulum. A simple pendulum is a heavy point mass which is known as bob. You can see in the diagram. Suspended from a rigid support of massless and inextendable string. See, here is a question I am asking with you, that a pendulum clock which we see, is it a simple pendulum? I'll give this answer after completing this slide. A simple pendulum is a heavy mass which is bob, suspended from a rigid support by a massless and inextendable string. Oscillation, one complete to and fro motion of the bob from its mean position, that is middle position, to it, that is known as oscillation. Amplitude, the maximum displacement of the bob from its mean position to either side, is known as amplitude of oscillation. Frequency is very simple, the number of oscillation made in 1 second, that is frequency. Its unit is hertz, and time period is the time taken to complete one oscillation, that is it's measured in second. A very important thing, two factors on which time period of a simple pendulum depends. Those are length of pendulum and acceleration due to gravity. And this formula I will show you in the next slide. I asked you one question, does the wall clock of a pendulum is a simple pendulum. No, it is not, because it has mass. Actually, only it can be assumed a massless, but bob will have mass little bit frictionless. So in reality there cannot be any simple pendulum because it has mass. We can only assume it. See, last thing is the formula. First is length or total reading of a vernier caliper, anything, that is MSR, that is main scale reading, plus VSR, where VSR is vernier scale reading, that is nothing, that is vernier division into least count. Same thing for total reading for screw gauge also, that is MSR plus CSR, where CSR stand for CSR coinciding circular division into least count. And the last formula is time period formula, that is T is equal to 2 pi root over L by G, where T is time period, L is the moment of inertia, or we can say length, anything we can write, length also, and last is gravitational acceleration, that is G. So this is the end of the PPT. In the next PPT I will be discussing the numericals, in which you will be more clearer with this part. I know this is a new part for you, but do not worry, in the next PPT everything will be cleared. Thank you class. Bye bye.